What is up, cheeseheads? Welcome back to another episode of BAM GPG. So, Packers fans, the season is officially over. We're headed to the wild card round. We're going to be playing the Chicago Bears Saturday night, 7 p.m. Couldn't be more fitting than this, Bryson. So, Green Bay, Chicago, it's a win or go home game. It's the oldest rivalry in football, right? And it's going to take center stage Saturday night wild card game, and I'm excited for it, right? I don't want anybody playing Chicago knocking them out other than Green Bay. So
Yeah.
two things I want to do here on this episode here, Bryson. Quickly, I want to look back on how Green Bay got here this season and then lay out exactly why I believe the Green Bay Packers are going to win this playoff game against the Chicago Bears.
Real quick, I want to mention that Steelers and Ravens game ended.
That was crazy. So we just wrapped up watching the Steelers and Ravens play. Was pulling for Aaron Rodgers, right? You have to pull for Aaron Rodgers. I didn't want to see if he does go out this year, I didn't want to see his career ending like this. And boy, what a finish. What a finish. So Rodgers, he still got a live arm. He had that long touchdown pass down the sidelines there late in the fourth quarter. They missed the extra point, and as soon as they missed that extra point, Bryson, I thought the game was over. Right? I didn't think there was any way that Baltimore wasn't going to drive down the field and get in field goal range. Only down by 2 to win the game by 1. They did exactly that though. They drove down the field, got in field goal range, set up for a 44-yard field goal, 2 seconds on the clock, and wouldn't you know it, Baltimore's rookie kicker missed the field goal. Pittsburgh wins the division. They're moving on to the wild card round Monday night against the Houston Texans. So super excited for that. Got my Packers. We got our Packers in the playoffs. And we also have Aaron Rodgers to watch on Monday night in the playoffs. So a lot of exciting things to see next weekend here. But first, Bryson, I wanted to look back here. So the regular season for Green Bay, it was a roller coaster, right? There's no sugarcoating it. We had many highs, some big wins. The offense looked explosive at times. And Jordan Love, he took some real steps forward this year, right? He had some, Green Bay also had some lows this year. Ton of injuries. We all know about the injury plague there in Green Bay and defensive inconsistencies. And when I say that, I'm talking about Green Bay's run defense. It's really lacking, and we're kind of struggling on the pass front or pass rush front now that Micah Parsons is out as well. There were stretches where momentum in this season just wasn't there for Green Bay. You saw it early in the season with the offense. They did seem to find some spark late in the season. A little bit mixed with Jordan Love and Malik Willis in there, but there was some more spark. LaFleur was getting a little more creative on his play calling there, and I think the biggest reason for that towards the end of the season is having Christian Watson back to that offense. It just opened up a whole nother dimension, gave him a true downfield threat, and really just Watson. He's kind of been the offensive MVP for Green Bay this season, if you take just the second half of football for us. But here's the key thing for this season, though. Despite all the injuries, despite some of the inconsistencies, in the run defense and now the pass rush defense and all the offensive inconsistencies the first half of the year, Green Bay survived this season. We're in the playoffs, made the wild card round. And that's all you can ask for. They got into the playoffs, and that's all that matters at this point, right? Records reset, momentum resets, and rivalry just takes over in the playoffs. So super excited for it.
Yeah, it kind of sucks though that we don't get a home playoff game.
Yeah, you would have loved to had football at Lambeau Field in the playoffs. Absolutely. There's no other atmosphere. There's no other stadium quite like Lambeau Field. It sucks that we can't have a home playoff game this year, but it is what it is. We're going to take the cards we dealt and we're going to play with them, right? So wanted to go through some of the reasons why I think Green Bay is going to win on Saturday night against Chicago, right? And the biggest reason I have on my list here is the quarterback, right? Jordan Love gives the Packers the edge at quarterback, period. Right? You can't argue that Jordan Love is the better quarterback at this point in their career. He's shown that he can make those tight window throws when it matters. He can push the ball downfield. He's not afraid to do that. A little reminiscent of Brett Favre, if you will. And he responds very, very well after mistakes. You see, he doesn't have a whole lot of interceptions, but he makes a mistake. He throws an interception. The guy's cool, calm, and collected, comes right back out there, and it's like nothing ever happened, right? It doesn't prevent him from taking additional shots down the field, and he doesn't get sloppy, right? He's a cool, calm, collected quarterback, and that's what you want, especially in playoff football. So, playoff football, quarterback play, it's going to matter more than anything, right? Experience. And I trust that Jordan Love is going to handle this moment Saturday night more than what I do in Chicago's situation, right? Chicago,
Yeah.
they're ascending team. Don't get me wrong. Chicago's getting better, but they don't have the recent playoff experience like Green Bay does have, right? And I think there's something to say for that. So
Yeah, and um, if Jordan Love gets here, it's okay. We got like 2015 prime Cam Newton to sub in for him too.
yeah, Malik Willis, you bet.
And Jordan Love is like prime Brett Favre, so
He is he's so close to Favre. He takes those risky throws, but I got to give him kudos this year. He did really kind of clean up those interceptions a little bit.
yeah,
Didn't have very many this year. And when Green Bay, Bryson, when they're clicking offensively, it's going to be hard for the Bears to keep up, right?
yeah.
So you got Josh Jacobs. We know, he's should be healthier. He didn't play at all this week and barely played the week prior. He's a tone setting running back. You have multiple receiving options. This, receiving core is very, very talented and it is deep. You look at Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Romeo Dobbs. You have a first round rookie wide receiver because you have so much depth at that position. He hasn't seen very many targets out on the field in Matthew Golden. Now, I do want to mention Green Bay's offensive coordinator coming out last week in that press conference saying that, Matthew Golden's probably not going to be a focus in the playoffs because of the depth. I don't know if that was necessarily needed,
Yeah,
especially in a press conference. I don't think it was a tactic where, you try to downplay his importance or his role in this offense. I just don't think it was a comment that needed to be made.
I
But
still need to play him.
absolutely. He's talented, right? He had a couple drops today, but he wasn't throwing the ball in the best situations in those. So that's
Yeah,
for another time. But, Green Bay's offense, their ability to score fast, it's if the Bears make mistakes this game, it's going to haunt them, right? Chicago,
yeah.
they're going to want to shorten this game with their run game, right? Run the ball, limit possessions for Green Bay. Green Bay can really flip this script on Saturday night if they're able to come through with these explosive plays on offense. And
And I mean, um, we can throw the ball deep too, like
they can.
really
We
deep.
can push the ball downfield. And that's when Green Bay's offense really gets going, right? When you start hitting these explosive plays. This year, the run game just hasn't been there for us to
Like,
really take over a game.
for example, in Baltimore, in Green Bay against Baltimore, um, what's his name? Malik Willis. We scored a touchdown in 2 plays.
He did. Yeah. Green Bay's offense really just goes when you allow them to open it up and start stretching the field. Now, with that, again, you have to show the ability to stop the run on the other side in order to prevent them from controlling and limiting possessions that way, right? Now, Green Bay's roster, we've been here before. It's the third year in a row we've been to the playoffs with Jordan Love. Playoff games, primetime games, win or go home situations. This roster, I know they are one of the youngest teams in the league, but they're experienced, right? This is the third year in the playoffs. Chicago, they're still learning how to win consistently, right? This is the first time in the playoffs in quite some time for Chicago. And Green Bay, they understand the moment, right? We've been here and that matters in games like this, Bryce. And when the game tightens up in the fourth quarter, these playoff games, especially on the road, that
Yeah,
experience is going to matter. And the defense, they just need to be solid this game. Not perfect, but they need to be solid. I'm not asking this defense without Micah Parsons to be elite and all the other injuries that we do have. I'm not asking them to be elite, right? Just asking to be solid, get a few stops, be able to show that you can stop the run. I'm asking them, especially early in the game, stop the run early in the game, get off the field on third downs, force one or two key turnovers in this game. If the defense can do that, this offense can take over the game very, very quickly. This doesn't have to be pretty, right, Bryson? It just has to be effective for the Packers defense.
and if we can get our defense going and our offense can score like 27, 28, 29, 30, then we're gonna win.
I agree. I absolutely agree. So, this game, it's a rivalry, right? It's going to be a very physical game. It's going to be chippy at times and probably a little bit uncomfortable at times. But what matters most, what I believe matters most, Jordan Love in the big throws, right? I think he's going to make the big throws. Josh Jacobs, if we're able to get that lead, I think he's going to be able to control the pace for the Green Bay Packers offense. And the defense, if they can make one or two game changing plays on the defensive side of the ball, the Packers win this game, right?
Yeah.
The season's going to continue for the Packers and for the Bears. They're going to continue watching the playoffs at home as usual, right? That's
Yeah.
just kind of the Chicago style there. So let us know what you think. Let us know what your score prediction is going to be here in the comments. If you're rolling with Green Bay, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let us know. It's playoff time, Packer fans.
My prediction would be Packers 21, Bears 17.
21-17. That's a nail biter. So geared up. We'll be back. We'll break down some of the matchups this week here, but super, super excited for this matchup. I'm glad we did get Chicago. I was a little worried we might be traveling to Philly for that playoff game, but we are going to be in Chicago, which means we get the opportunity to send the Bears home in their season. So nothing would be better. A playoff win, and you're ending the Bears season. Super excited for it. Again, Green Bay, it's playoff time. Let's get it. And Bryson, as always,
Let's go, Pack, go.